One of the very best tools that we have for helping you cultivate and create a new personality are the CQ meditations, whether sitting, standing, walking, or lying down, whichever they may be. You'll learn to develop heart and brain coherence and tune into presence, into gratitude, into connection, surrender, and certainty. You'll be able to become conscious enough to get past your analytical, calculating mind into your contemplative, creative mind. The science really confirms what the sages taught us. Insightful, contemplative meditation, or getting to zero and finding stasis, actually heals us. In fact, anytime we get past the personality, I find we're shining light on the true self, and healing really begins. So in today's busy world, this has resulted in a mental health crisis when we don't get to zero and balance ourselves out. So the meditation revolution that we're really creating while we heal depression and anxiety, burnout and stress is a revolution of integrative energy raising work. It raises and changes emotions, and in turn those change our brainwaves. And this is the body-heart-brain coherence we're talking about. We create changes in hormones, neurochemistry, and even the telomeres on your DNA strands. We just don't believe anyone should today sit with depression or personality disorders of any kind. You can heal your life. In fact, that's a very, very big part of the meaning of life. It's the day you wake up to overcome what once held you back. It really is like coming back from the dead, being born again, having a spiritual awakening, having a spontaneous healing, whatever you want to call it. It's entirely possible, and we keep seeing it happen. So now it's your turn. Your healing journey really begins when you start to show up for yourself and start to move beyond fear. Certainty, our need for certainty, keeps us hooked into fear. We try and create a new reality with our existing personality and wonder why we become disappointed. How many times have you tried to heal your life in the past? But you see, we go beyond the persona, the masks. We go beyond that outer layer and go inside. And this is spiritual awakening, really. Doesn't matter what you call it. You see, you have to step outside of the box of who you have become. If you're avoidant, resentful, stubborn, or judgmental, you'll need to develop an awareness of these personality traits of yours first. Only then can you bypass the 5 sensory personality: sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste. Living in a 5 sensory world is living in survival mind. We just can't thrive there. Setting a deep intention is becoming extrasensory, and we do so by using all our senses together, which is a multi-sensory process. When we sit down, I want you to know that the person who stands up afterwards is going to see reality in a different way. How we think, feel, perceive, act, who we're becoming changes. So for change to happen, we need to raise our consciousness. In other words, we need to think differently, and then in turn we feel differently. New emotions create new experiences, and one of those experiences is healing. And it's important to remember that any new state of being first comes from a new emotion, a new thought, a new experience in the body, in the heart, in the mind. We're stuck in the analytical mind, the neocortex, or the thinking mind, and we can throw in as much knowledge as we like, but very little changes. This is the subconscious. It rehearses what we already know. It runs a program of our personality, who we've become, and we access only beta waves. But when we get past the analytical mind, which is the subconscious mind, we then can access delta and theta waves. Many healing experiences have been measured and gamma waves have been experienced. This is peak experience, and this is where change really, really happens. So by practicing your CQ meditations, you get better and better at doing change. So many people like you may come to this work in search of healing and wholeness. You might be looking to overcome some aspect of yourself that has kept you stuck, lost, hopeless, and possibly afraid. So if we want to create abundance, heal our relationships, especially the one with ourselves, we need to rewrite the old programs. We need to get beyond our need for certainty into the uncertain, the unknown, and the mystical. Because in the unknown, the uncertain, and the mystical, there's no boundaries. I call this the contemplative field. So remember that nothing in your life is going to change until you actually change. And this is why we're going to work on changing our personality that's created our personal reality. Let's start. Our goal here is to reach a state of inner change. We close our eyes, we go within. We don't go out, we go within. We take a deep breath. And of course, we're going to start to relax. And what this does is step our brain activity down from self-involved, defensive, and running on a program to moving from beta waves to alpha waves and theta waves, which are our imagination. Understand that feelings are the language of the body and the subconscious mind. So we're going to feel, we're going to elevate emotions, and we're going to be sensing beyond the five sensory. We're sensing with our eyes closed, remember. So we're accessing something special and different right from the outset. We're going to see our body with our eyes closed. We're going to see space and time, and we're going to do the work. So what we're going to do here is get beyond the personality and the calculating mind. We're going to get beyond our need for control, our neurotic tendencies and perfectionisms. We're going to let go of our victim mentality, our people-pleasing, our judge, and even our anxiety. And we're going to shift, and this is the paradigm process, to self-love, presence, gratitude, connection, surrender, resilience, and a whole lot more. Now this part is almost too simple to teach, but so important. We need to cover it before we move on. You see, change doesn't just happen. Nothing in God's world happens by accident. We need to practice, ask, knock. There's many people waiting for relationships and wealth and health, and they're going to wait a very long time. If we want those things to happen right now, which is entirely possible, we've seen it many, many times before, we dig into our gene expression, our hormones, the chemicals in our body that are better than any pharmacy in the world. We dig into what we have, our body, heart, mind. We put them all together and we become multisensory. In other words, we're using all our faculties and talents, even the dormant ones, which come alive together and help us effect change. In this way, we activate the frontal lobe, the CEO of our brain, or the creative center. This is where the magic happens. The contemplative intelligence that we all have, in other words, the ability to see reality exactly as it is available to everybody. You need to get beyond your story. You need to stop telling yourself, feeling the same things that you've always felt, pushing the same chemicals that release the same stress hormones day in and day out. If we want something new, we go beyond the persona. No longer are we a house divided against itself. We come together in union, which of course means yoga, and we change who we think we are. We change who we feel we are. We change the way we look at things. The things we look at, including ourselves, are going to change. We want to teach you how to broaden your focus as you become unlimited and take your attention off everything with laser focus that is your story, that is your situation, The people, places, things, conversations, and situations that you're experiencing in your life are narrated to you by your personality. But when we get you to focus on your sacred self, focus on being no one, no personality, we start slowing down the analytical mind. We start stopping overanalyzing. We change our brainwaves. Our hearts get a better rhythm. And when we start slowing down our brainwaves from that high beta, you start to slow down into alpha. You change gears. And of course, this is change. The personality's critic, judge, and controller starts to slip away. When the personality becomes powerless, we become powerful, which means to action our huge potential. When that program, that voice in your head, stops, slows down, quietens down, you can see new images, new ideas, and new pictures of yourself. You move into alpha states and move out of survival into thrive. And when you do this, through the meditation, actually find new ways of doing things, of broadening your focus, of unleashing your potential. Potential that is still dormant, even if you're depressed, anxious, stressed, or have any kind of personality disorder. You're in there. And this person inside, we call our sacred selves. We want to activate heart-brain coherence and make ordinary things extraordinary. We're going to elevate our emotions, broaden our thoughts, change our focus, and use both sides of our brain with our bodies, our hearts, and our minds, everything together. This coherence is like a powerful band playing together, and rhythm creates new brainwaves, new patterns. And now you can see that we're creating change and causing effect. Before we begin, let's remember that meditation practice heals because it helps people cultivate restorative consciousness. When we shift our awareness, when we heighten our listening and our other senses, we access the unconditioned mind. Healing silence is activated, and we open the right neural pathways towards healing and creating something new. One of the goals of our meditation is self-realization, which is freedom from your conditioned mind and freedom from the personality that holds you captive. So let's follow the meditation as we disrupt the unconscious progression of thoughts and emotions by focusing on the meditation, on something new. Even though you cannot see your way out of problems, challenges, stuckness, out of depression, anxiety, addictions, whatever holds you back, you cannot see a way out if you're in survival mind. You can create nothing new unless you're in the prefrontal cortex, looking at your problems every day from the same level of mind, with the same emotions, the same patterns of thoughts and feelings all linked to your past. Let's keep our minds clear. Let's master the next moment when we find presence and let go of the actor, so characteristic of our personality. Always pretending, always falsifying evidence to appear real. I want you to remember that nerve cells that fire together wire together, and we're going to fire and wire in a completely different part of the brain through practice. This is the neurobiological journey that we're going to take from within, physically, psychologically, emotionally, and then spiritually. How you think and feel creates your state of being. The contemplative field responds to who you're being. When you're thinking from the limitations of your persona, you're being a perfectionist, you're being codependent or neurotic, you're being a victim. Rather, I want you to believe in a future that you can't see until you do the meditations, until you become extrasensory. Because if you can imagine it, if you can hold it in your head, you will hold it in your hand. You will create what you need to create for yourself to live a good, purposeful life. Our meditation is going to take us through various stages. We're going to become aware of who we think we are and who we are without that story. We want to shine our light on our subconscious thoughts. We want to recognize the personality and put its criticizing, judging, and controlling down. With this conscious awareness, we unplug from old subconscious programs that have been running the show. Every thought, feeling, trait, perception has created the personality that has been running the show, unsuccessfully for most of us. So we become conscious, we become present, and we become creative. We move out of the certainty and the known into the unknown and the mystical. We accept who we've become. We accept our personality traits, even the bad ones, the character defects. But we realize that there too, beyond the shadow self, is a higher self, what we call the sacred self. We're going to move from the shadow or the false self, the personality, to the sacred self by changing our thoughts, changing our energy, creating an intention, becoming present. As you move out of the story of your past, of who you thought you were, and towards your future, towards change and who you can become, when you start to feel, think, and imagine this, the body, heart, mind creates coherence. When that happens, we have the ability and the access to creating massive new action. We're going to hit the reset button through awareness, acceptance, and then new action. This is how we're going to generate change and come face to face with ourselves, our true selves, that is. Let's relax as we prepare to meditate together. Let's just take some time to breathe, to commit to the process of change, to commit to the process of growth, healing, and life transformation. Make yourself comfortable, close your eyes, and breathe. Begin to be aware of your breath as you breathe slowly and deeply. Let's relax and breathe. Focus on your breath and relax the body. Let's take a deep breath. Sit or lie with your neck straight and not bent. Relax the feet and the legs. Relax the stomach, the torso, and the chest. Relax your arms. Take a deep breath. Feel your neck and your head relaxing. So relaxed. focus on our breathing and the sounds that we can hear. Take a deep breath through your nose, deep into your belly. Long and slow. Let's breathe, become totally relaxed. Start to feel open, expansive, free. Totally relaxed, we're going to fast forward into the future. We're going to go on a journey back to sacred self. A journey beyond the masks of who we think we are. As you relax, I want you to think beyond time, beyond personality, beyond space. I want you to think 3 years, 3 months, 3 days, 3 hours, 3 minutes, and 3 seconds into your future. We're going to go 3 years ahead through space and time. As we begin the journey, I want you to imagine that you're floating upwards through the ceiling. I want you to feel yourself lifting up and floating freely. As you float up through the roof and out into the sky. Floating up, we're on a journey. We're on a mission. We're going to break the bonds of time using our imagination. The gift we've been given of imagination, visualization, of creation itself. Keep seeing yourself floating upwards as you relax. Totally relaxed. We float up and start to see the shape of the world as we float up beyond it. We see the planets and we see the sun revolving around the earth. I want you to look at the earth quickly using your imagination. See the colors of blue, green, the blackness of space, the whiteness of stars. See the world spin faster and faster. If you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. Take a deep breath. Move into gratitude. Let's see the world spin up above the clouds. breathe in, relax. As we breathe in, relax, the earth returns to its normal state of rotation. It starts to slow. This is our signal to return. We breathe and we float back down. As we float down, we become more and more relaxed. We go from 10 to 9 to 8, become more and more relaxed. Let's float downwards, back down towards the ceiling, towards our body. To 6, to 5, to 4, just more and more relaxed as we breathe. As we float down, as we are weightless, boundless, as we experience the mystical. We move from 5, 4, 3, and we breathe and relax. We approach our body. And we go back inside. 3, 2, and 1. As we approach your body, you're 3 years ahead of time. What has happened in this time is marvelous. You find yourself feeling radiantly alive, feeling energized. 3 years have been really, really good to you. You're looking your absolute best. You're feeling wonderful, totally energized. What have you done for yourself? This is wonderful and marvelous. It's miraculous. What have you done for yourself to create such change, to feel so peaceful, to master your mentality? Your body is calm, something you haven't felt in a long, long time. Your heart is fully energized, open. Overflowing with compassion and care. Care for yourself and everything else. Wow. You feel radiantly divine. I want you to feel full of vitality, confidence, courage. I want you to feel the hope and gratitude that this version of you 3 years from now has for themselves. Become curious. It's time to become it. Feel the calm, the power. This is you. I want you to identify with your sacred self. It's time to become it. You're in your own presence. You've already got yourself to the point of shifting, of paradigm shifting beyond the personality and back to your authentic, higher, and sacred self. the very best version of yourself. Let's breathe and relax and just be there, embodying yourself. You're looking amazing, feeling amazing, vibrant. Passionate. So alive. Wow. Now that we've taken a moment to think and feel and embody our future selves, I want you to ask. I want you to ask with curiosity and a creative spirit. What changes did you make in how you thought? Ask yourself what story you dropped. Ask yourself, who did you forgive? What did you let go of? It feels so good to be free. Take a moment in time. Ask yourself, how did you first start feeling in order to become like this? So vibrant, alive and free. How did it begin? What feeling did you have as you forgave? As you forgot, stopped running old programs, as you let go of the past? What feeling did you let go of? It's time to ask yourself how your energy changed. See your face radiant, happy, and joyful. Feel the energy in that face. So free. So full of love, so far from fear. How did you change your energy, little by little, every day for 3 years? What did you do? What do you whisper to yourself is the secret? Just want you to take some time to listen and be. Just be present with this radiant version of yourself. What do you whisper to yourself is the secret? as you sit and contemplate, what thing, what was the catalyst for you becoming the best version of who you really are? What do you whisper to yourself is the secret? Allow the wisdom and take some time to listen. What do you whisper to yourself is the secret? Feel the courage. Sense the certainty in the presence. Embody the resilience of your future self. So confident, happy, so conscious, so powerful. So able to act and become and grow. So able to sit. So able to sit and be yourself. Look into the eyes staring back at you. Soften yours. Feel the love, the self-love that we've always had inside. To yourself is the secret. Love we've had until we started feeling. Love we've had. What do you whisper to yourself is the secret? Love that may have become smothered as we started to believe the stories of our personality. You're so much more. You're so much more love. Feel the compassion with yourself. Allow it all to soak in. Just be radiantly alive. Abundant. Blessed. Three years from now, this is the best version of yourself. The relationship is already here. Feel the connection. Sense it. Know that together you are complete, wholehearted, passionate. Know that you can create anything you choose. Know you're a creator. You are not the voice inside your head. You are not the masks you wear. You are not a shadow. You integrate these parts of yourself into the light. That's our job. That's why we're here. To one day be ready to become conscious who we really are. Wonderful. You've met the best version of yourself. The growing, unfolding, adventurous version of yourself. The version that creates. Now we know. Now we have all the answers we need. Now I can trust myself. It's the one thing we've needed to do. All relationships, including the one with myself, are built on trust. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. No longer am I the controller, the perfectionist. No longer am I an actor, pleaser, or a victim. I am me. I am loved, loving. I'm a creator. I'm loved and loving. Here I am. Namaste.